How's your posture? Did you know that poor posture is one of the biggest, most silent contributors to accelerated aging, poor brain health, poor breathing, poor digestion, and so many more activities in your body? Hi, I'm Cheryl Townsley, Naturopath and Wisdom Coach. I want to share with you what it looks like to have poor posture, and I'm going to share with you about 4 tips of what you can do at home to improve your posture. You know, posture is something that we were told as a child, stand up straight and pull your shoulders back. Well, that is absolutely useless advice, and it doesn't work. If it did, we would all have great posture, but most people don't. From kids in their teens all the way up to 80s and 90s, I see the old person posture, which creates an old person shuffle. So how does poor posture happen? Well, one is if we sleep on our sides with the wrong pillows on the wrong mattress for our body, that can impact it. But a bigger contributor is being at a computer, our head moves forward, being on devices, head goes forward, shoulders go in. And another contributor that I won't talk about today, but it's important. If your brain stem, and your nervous system don't know where your feet are and don't trust your feet, then your head goes forward so that your eyes can find the ground. You'll see that when people go up and down stairs. They're doing this because their brain has no idea where their feet are. But what this poor posture does, head goes forward, this chest rounds, shoulders come in, so get into that position. Now, when you're in this position, see if you can take a deep breath down here. It's impossible. Not only is deep breathing impossible, so is digestion, so is full elimination, so is peace and calm in the brain. So posture, critically important. Now, correcting posture is not a matter of just pulling back your shoulders and your head still forward. It's about being able to elongate your spine and letting your head and neck lengthen. And that's a concept not usually taught. So let's take a look at 4 different strategies that you can do anytime, anywhere, free of charge, just using your body. I will use an exercise ball at the end, so that would be the only expenditure. So the very first one is called chicken neck. I learned about this about 15 years ago when I was introduced to Feldenkrais, and then I learned it again in Z-Health about 5 or 6 years ago. You don't have to do those therapies. They're both very useful, but here's the basis of it. If you put your hands right below your chin, so it's going to be like a level, you're going to glide your chin over, and you're going to take your chin forward and back, forward and back. Here is what it's not. It's not that. It's not moving your whole body. It's a small movement. I remember when I first attempted to do this, I couldn't find my chin, and I couldn't find how to move my head. But as I played with it, I began to learn how to do it. Next, we're going to take the head from side to side as much as possible without moving your neck. So if you put some guideposts right here by your jaw, and you're just going to go side, side. It's not this, it's not that, it's just glide, glide. Now we're going to see if we can combine those movements. Again, it's most important to go slow and be aware of what you're doing. I also encourage you to videotape what you're doing, because what you actually do and what you think you're doing are usually miles and miles apart. So we're going to go forward, side, back, side, forward. And over time, it will become a smoother and smoother movement. The key here is awareness, being intentional, keeping it as smooth as possible. So I've been playing with this for years, and it's one that when I do it on a regular basis, I can feel how much smoother it is in my head being able to move separate from my neck, separate from my body. So that's number 1. Think of chicken. Now the next thing I'm going to do is show you some different shoulder blade movements that you can do, and a shoulder nerve. So that's actually going to be 2, but they're all about the shoulder. So the first one I'm going to do is to show you how to isolate your shoulder blade and do a circle with it. If you have someone that can just gently put their hand on your shoulder blade so your brain can even find that part of your body, that sometimes is helpful. Once again, it's not about how big your movement it is. It's about how isolated, smooth it is. So I'm going to break it into pieces, and then I'm going to show you different ways to do it. So I'm doing it seated, but you could certainly do it standing. A ball requires you have a little bit of balance, so this would make it a little bit harder. Standing might be easier, or sitting in a plain chair. So we're going to bring just the shoulder blade up and back and down and forward. Now here's what it's not. It's not this. You see how much more of my body I'm using? That's not what I'm after. What I'm after is being able to take just the shoulder blade up and back and down and forward and up. Let's go the other direction. Forward and down and back and up. And then it becomes smooth. Now, maybe that's a little bit of a challenge. You could do it in this position. So again, it'd be back and down, forward and up. And the other direction. Now I can tell right there it got a little bit sticky. So what I would do is slow that down and see if I could find easy. Being able to do that in both directions. So when your arm is elevated like this, it's not about this and using all your body, it's just focused right here. Now of course you'd want to do both sides. Again, it's about a smooth movement, isolating it to the shoulder blade. It's amazing how much your body will compensate when you're accustomed to being like this. It doesn't know how to find your shoulder blade. So it's an exploratory process. Now the next one is called a shoulder glide. And this one is also really good for poor posture. And I can tell a benefit in doing this. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years. You're going to take your arm straight up, rotate it in the socket, bring it behind you, and just pump. So it would look like this. Let's do it again. Take your arm up, rotate in the socket, bring it back, and pump. Start slow, but I usually do 10 fast, and I do 10 sets of the 10 fast. And then I would do the other one, take it up, rotate, don't want to hit the walls here, bring it back. And once I've done my 10 sets on each side, I'll do it like this. And I can feel that that's causing my shoulder blades to pinch together. And I'm isolating again the nerves around the shoulders. And I can feel that they can open up significantly. So we did chicken and we did shoulder blade circle. We did the nerve glide. Now I'm going to show you something you can do on the exercise ball. I do this at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. So let's take a look at how to do it. Exercise ball. You're going to sit on it. Now remember, this is not about perfection. This is about learning and progress. Remember, I'm 65. You may be in your 30s and this is super easy. That's not the point. The issue is, where are you at and how can you learn to let it be easier? So we're going to take the exercise ball, roll out, put our hands behind our head to add some support, and we're going to roll back and then down. And back and down. When you come down, see if you can get clear to the ground in a squat with your back opened up. As you go back, you can start moving your feet out until you're fully extended. You can rock on your heels, letting everything open up. And if it's available to you, without any pain or fear, lower your head and extend your arms. And then when you're ready, bring your feet in, bring your hands under your head, roll up, and you have begun to learn how to improve your posture. So, did you enjoy that activity? Something that you can learn how to do? Learning how to let it be easy? Well, that's an example of the many, 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 many weekly lessons that we provide on the Easy Approach. As a naturopath and wisdom coach, I know that if what you learn isn't easy, isn't customizable, and something that piques your interest, you won't do it. But in the Easy Approach, we teach you how to take all kinds of life and health issues, learn how to approach them the easy way so that you are working with your brain, creating real results. So what can you do? Go to CherylTownsleyTraining.com and come into the community of the Easy Approach so that you can create health the easy way.